everyone. I welcome you all to BE and Beyond, a talk show by ISA-VESIT, which takes you through the journeys of alpha geeks from around the world, wherein they share with us their experiences and expertise in the top-tier fields of technology and science. I am Pragnya Murthy, your host for this episode. Today, we have with us Mr. Aditya Shahane, one of VESIT's most distinguished alumni who is currently pursuing M.Tech in Telecommunication Technology and Management from one of the top institutes in our country, namely the Indian Institute of Technology, that is IIT-Delhi. He has secured an all-India rank of 590 in GATE 2021 examination in Electronics and Communication stream. Hello, sir, and welcome to BE and Beyond.
Hi, thanks a lot, Rajna, for inviting me and everybody who is joining this meeting. First of all, it's a great privilege to be getting a part of such a platform and connecting with the college. Because one thing I feel is that wherever you go, like be it abroad, be it any industry, your roots will always lie from the places where you have started. So VESIT is one such place for me. So thanks a lot for making me connect with my roots.
Thanks to you, sir, for taking time amidst your busy and hectic schedule to answer and guide us. So starting with our questions for you today, I, being a VESIT student at VESIT currently, would like to know your experience at VESIT and what was its role in shaping your career.
So VESIT for me was majorly about having great friends, building lots of memories. I'm from electronics department, so like we had a great team of faculties who have always encouraged us and who have always supported us. Because one thing I'll tell you, I'm not a kind of a student who is like a very studious kind. Like I'm generally a student who will be found on the back benches. Like bunking lectures is something which I prefer most, which is very unlikely when you talk about getting into an IIT or stuff like that. But I guess pursuing this dream and this has all been possible with the help of my great friends and all the faculty members who have always encouraged us and they have motivated us to be better every day. So that's what VESIT is for me.
Yeah, the faculty actually plays a really good role for us too. So the next question for you is, sir, can you tell us about the benefits of giving GATE and the various career opportunities after qualifying it?
Okay, so first of all, those who don't know about GATE is just a mini version of your IIT JEE. So first time you fight for IITs is after your 10th standard. Those who just make it through that, they are, I guess, called the BTech IITians. And if at all you fail in that attempt, you have a second chance where you have the same amount of competition, the success rate is just in the single digits, and you again fight for that through GATE. Now coming to the benefits of it, first things first is like if you are interested in MTech, you get a chance to enter the IITs, which you have always dreamed about. I guess it's a engineer's dream to get into an IIT. Then if you don't want to do MTech, you have other options as well. Is like first is PSUs. It's basically a government job with a very good salary. Then apart from that, there are also few universities in across the globe where GATE score is accepted. And I guess you would have heard about NITI Powai as well. So NITI Powai also accepts GATE score. So you have great, like the spectrum is quite huge when it comes to the opportunities. Even the students who want to get into the core jobs right after your BE, you will be always pitched like you will always get a greater chance against the other candidates if you have a very good GATE score. So I guess the opportunities are really like the spectrum is great, as I said, and I guess it's just all about acquiring the basics and understanding the concepts, and I guess you'll be through with this exam.
With placements round the corner, Newton School is organizing a grand coding contest to acquaint you with competitive programming, which will help you to get placed in your dream company. Compete with the best coders from all around the world and get a chance to win cash and gift prizes worth rupees 10 lakhs. This contest is open for all and will be held on the 31st of March. The registration form is provided in the description below. So, what are you waiting for? It's time to feel the heat Strive for excellence and bring the glory home. Get up and register yourself now.
So, sir, which is the better option among pursuing an M.Tech degree from an IIT or getting into a PSU after qualifying GATE?
Okay, okay. So now, like looking at the current scenario, I would say doing an MTech is a better option because the chances of getting a PSU are thinning like very in a very rapid rate because now the privatization and even the ranks which you will have to score to get into a PSU has become now the process is getting more and more difficult day by day, and at the end what you're going to achieve is a government job. The salary and the perks of it are really great, but the thing is you will be again pitted in that government pay scale. So if you're thinking of having the riches of life and driving a Mercedes or BMW at the by your 28 or 30s, so I guess that's not something which you would get through this job. Obviously there are other perks, but if you get into your MTech from any top IIT, when I say top IIT, it's just the top 5 which I'm currently talking about. So obviously the pay packages are really great. You get first thing you get a chance to be amongst a crowd which is really intelligent. They have lots of insights, and the institutes like DRDO, ISRO, the people from there also they come for PhD. So you get a chance to work with these people as well. So at the end of 2 years you have a kind of knowledge which and the knowledge and the experience and the opportunities are not something which you would get through your government job.
So pursuing a master's is always better than taking a PSU job.
Yeah, according to me, that would be my opinion. Yeah.
So what are the best options for pursuing MTech? And is it advisable to opt for a similar field after a particular bachelor's degree?
Okay, so like unlike your MS, you don't really get a chance to switch your fields after your GATE exam, because if you belong from the electronics department, now from 2021 they started like you can appear for 2 papers in a single year. But again, I would say that it is not really a very easy way, because if when you're preparing for electronics, the syllabus and the difficulty level in itself is very difficult. So any other paper which you will be preparing for is not really, you would be able to score well there and you would be able to crack a IIT or something like that. But like if we come to this thing field part, so if I'm from electronics, I am only getting a chance to select a branch which will be like similar to electronics, like your VLSI. Then you have your communication engineering, the telecom side, basically. Then in IIT-Delhi, we also have this computer technology, which is like amalgamation of your electronics and computer science. And you also have that control systems branches. So it's mainly revolving around your electronics background itself.
Okay. So you have secured a very good ranking GATE. What is the best time according to you to start preparing for GATE and the right strategy to crack it? What preparation tips would you give to ace the GATE score?
Okay. This question is a very big in itself, and like I'm not sure if I would be able to justify the answer in like next 1 or 2 minutes, but I'll just try to give a top level summary. So the first things first is like what is the right time? I guess right time you would say you can start from the first year itself, because you're not doing anything different. Okay, you are just studying your engineering syllabus. You have to just do it thoroughly. That's it, because we have a habit of just going through tech max at the last minute and scoring marks, and and it's not the student's fault actually. Mumbai University does not expect much of you. They are not testing your knowledge, so that's obvious that you will go for easier options, you will go for shortcuts. That's not a problem. But what you can do is, along with your this thing preparation for your syllabus, you can also start reading the reference books. That would be the most basic thing to do. You can refer your NPTEL videos. Generally that is a part which we all avoid. Even I have been doing that in my bachelor years, because we find that to be very boring and monotonous, so it's difficult. But if at all we manage to build the temper, we patience levels to just go through those 40 minutes. At the end of 40 minutes, we'll realize that we have gained something really, it's very precious, that knowledge which you'll be gaining after those 40 minutes. And even if you read your tech max for next 2-3 hours, you will not be able to gain that much, is my personal experience out of it. Also what happens is, when you start from very early stage now, for GATE preparation, you need not study much for your Mumbai University, because the level of questions, the amount of practice which will be required for a GATE is tremendously high. So even for me, I have never studied much for my uh, college exams. I could easily score 9.5 plus without even putting much hours into the actual syllabus, because the GATE exam itself trains you in such a level that your concepts are clear, you have done a lot of practice, and you can easily, it becomes like a piece of cake for you at the end of the day. So if you start early, you will be definitely at a much greater advantage. And second question, I'm sorry, I just missed that part.
It was what preparation tips would you give to ace the GATE score?
Okay. So preparation tips. Okay. Generally, when we talk about GATE, it's a 1 year stretch. So to give a top level summary, I would say that divide your 1 year into just frames. Let's say we have 12 frames in hand. So month by month, we are dividing it. What we'll do is, basically we'll start with the first subject, we move on to the next, but keep revising the previous subjects, because in that way you will be creating a pattern at the end of, keep a quarterly check. After every quarter, start writing down your topic wise test, your multi subject test and everything. And by let's say, if you start from February or something like that, you end up completing your syllabus by September, and the remaining months you have for your topic wise, your full length test, and your multi-level subject test, because that will help you to see, because one thing is that just studying the theory won't help you in exam. It's all about solving questions and holding your temperament in the paper for 3 hours. 2021 paper, I have experienced that in spite of lot of practice and lot of efforts, if you are not really good with your temperament, you will lose track of time. You will be in such a panic mode that you will end up scoring negatives, because 2021 was not a really normal paper. I would say it was a bit out of the box. And I was expecting a rank under 300, but somehow due to some slight errors here and there, I ended up getting a 590. So I would beg to differ on that part. So I don't consider to be a great rank, but somehow I have ended up getting into IIT-Delhi. So that's, I guess, now it's all working out fine for me.
So being calm during the exam is the key.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you have completed your BE in electronics engineering.
Yes.
And have appeared for GATE ECE, that is electronics and communication.
Yes.
So what preparation strategy would you recommend for the subjects which are not covered by Mumbai University curriculum for electronics engineering?
Okay, I guess only the communication part is not properly covered for your electronics department. If you're from EXTC, I guess that part gets covered. For communication, yes, it's one of the most difficult subjects in your GATE. Since I'm pursuing my master's in communication itself, so I know that especially the digital communication part is not really easy to crack, and you have to have good amount of practice and conceptual clarity to get through the questions there. So if at all, see, actually GATE exam is not about scores, like doing all the questions right. It is more about doing maximum amount of, like, the accuracy rate should be high. Okay, I'm not telling you to, if you have 65 questions, try solving 55-60 questions. Even if you're solving 45 or 40 questions, make sure that almost you have an accuracy of around 90 to 95%, so that because that's where most rankers get a good rank. So the accuracy is what matters more, actually. And regarding the subjects, I would say I don't see that any of the subjects are missed in your second and third year for your GATE syllabus. Everything is covered. And if at all things are not getting covered in the way you want it to be, then you can obviously you have YouTube and you have Google. And today everything is available at just one click of a button.
So what are the advantages of pursuing a master's degree in India or pursuing it in USA or UK or anywhere overseas?
Okay. See, I guess this is a completely based on my opinion, because obviously everybody will have different opinions about doing their MS abroad. See, first thing about MTech in India, I would say that the chances are really thin. You have to struggle a lot to get a seat here. And that is one of the major reasons why people pick going abroad over studying in India. Because I'll tell you the statistics here. Like for ECE especially, the qualifying rate is just 13 to 15%. If you see, so if 80 to 90,000 students are appearing for GATE in the electronics department, only the top 10 to 15,000 students get qualified. Qualifying does not get you anywhere. You have to be in the top 1,000 to get into a top 5 IITs. So there, if you just calculate the ratio, it's just nearly 1%. So if you're only in the top 1% people, you will be able to get a seat in IIT. So so that's one of the, but if at all you manage to get into that 1%, trust me, you have done a great job. You have nailed the major part of this thing. And after you enter into an IIT, the people you will be meeting there, the faculty members, the everybody, the BTech, MTech, PhD, the class is completely different. The amount of knowledge and the amount of things you will be exposed to is tremendous. And like I'm not sure that any university across the world can meet those standards, because that is the reason that irrespective of such less resources, irrespective of like the budget of the universities in India being less, we are in the top 200s today. IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, we have IIC Bangalore, they are in the top 200s. So there is some reason for it. And I guess that's something which really helped me to like drop the dream of going abroad and staying here and studying in IITs.
That's great. So would you elaborate on the admission process of an institution as prestigious as IIT after qualifying the GATE exam?
Okay, so your master's is basically of two types. One is your MTech and second is MSR, that is Master of Science in Research. Now for MTech, you have to be strictly 100 or 600, I would say, because I got an MTech call from IIT Kharagpur, IIT Kanpur, then IIT Guwahati, and obviously the lower IITs. But I could not get an MTech call from IIT Bombay and IIT Madras, because the rankings, the rank requirement is really high there. And for MSR, it's majorly your interview which plays a key role. So preparing for GATE is one thing, preparing for interviews is another. So let's say like GATE is this, then your interviews are this. So basically, you have to be so thorough with your knowledge, because the panel, we will have around 5 to 6 people asking you questions. They won't be asking you, they'll actually bombarding questions at you. And you have to be so thorough with your concept that if you fail to answer those questions, your chances are going to be really thin entering into such institutes.
Okay, like it's pretty difficult to get into an IIT.
You can say so.
So what is the scope of the ECE sector in India after MTech?
Okay, ECE department is doing great nowadays. You have a lot of opportunities in the telecommunication sector, especially after the 5G revolution, which is on the verge of making a boom. So the communication sector is doing great. Then the VLSI has been in a demand for a lot of years now. The control systems department is also doing great. One thing which I would like to add here is that with the upcoming boom of data science and machine learning, Now it is almost mandatory for every ECE student to like put some part of their time into learning these new skills as well, because machine learning is not your conventional coding. It is more about maths, and then applying that maths. Like, what is machine learning? Basically, you're making the machine learn something, right? So majorly you have to first build the maths, then with 20% involvement in your programming, you're going to make the machine learn. So even if you're from communication, even if you're from VLSI, these new tools will really help you to acquire great skills and will help you be in the great companies when you will pass out of after your MTech.
So whatever be the stream, we need to be an all-rounder now.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate on the different sections of the GATE exam and how to prepare effectively for each of these sections?
Okay. So like broadly speaking, your GATE exam is divided into two sections. One is your technical part and second is your non-technical part. In the technical part, I myself subdivided into two sections, like the favorites and the non-favorites, because obviously you can't be master in all the subjects. You have to pick few subjects where you are really good at, and while the others, you are just trying to compensate for the loss which you are going to make in that part. So for me, the favorites, I just, out of the 8 technical subjects, I picked 5 to be my favorites and 3 non-favorites. So what you have to do is you have to just make sure that you are really good with the 5 subjects, because these 3 subjects are going to create a huge dent in your total score. So to compensate that and also be in the top rankings, you have to make sure that you are really good with the concepts and you have to be really thorough with whatever you're doing for the remaining 5. Then in the non-technical part, you have your maths and apti, and I guess that's something you have to be good with, because that is, these two subjects everybody will try to score almost full. So if you manage to practice these two subjects well, you will be able to create a good space for yourself and you will end up getting a good rank. Maths and apti, they don't consume much time of your preparation. You will require only last 2 to 3 months, because the knowledge will be fresh with you and you will be able to just put everything at the time of the exam. So that's how, I guess, that was my way of studying for GATE.
So any valuable lessons that you would like to share with our viewers during your course of journey from VESIT to IIT-Delhi?
Okay. See, what I feel is that if we observe the things around us, any huge structure, any huge monument, first of all, it requires a lot of time for its building. Second thing, you see that the foundation has to be really strong, because if you don't have a strong foundation, the whole structure will collapse. When you're thinking about getting into a IIT, or be it any Ivy League schools in your MS, or be it your IIMs if you're targeting CAT, you have to have a great foundation. And by foundation, I'm not here telling only about the academics part. It's more than that. First is your friends. You should like, I'm a person who would say that for me, quality matters over quantity. Even if you are not having like 20-25 friends around you, even if you are having 5 people, it's okay, but they are the ones who will be helping you to stay motivated. They'll be one who will be pushing you to be better every day. Then the next is your family. They'll be continuously supporting you throughout your preparation journey. Then your faculty members. These are basically the building blocks of your whatever you're going to do in your life. So if these building blocks are strong, I'm sure that your foundation is strong. And at the last is your effort. Okay, because that effort is of no use if you don't have this foundation. There are a lot other things, because we just think that if I am getting something, it's my efforts. It's not actually, because now over the years I have understood this one thing, that it's a team effort every time, and there is no I in team. So obviously try to build such a team and keep taking risks, and for taking risks you need this foundation. So that's what I would say, that even if you guys are thinking of doing your MS or CAT or your GATE exams, make sure that you have these foundations right, and I'm sure that you will be able to achieve whatever you want.
So it's not just the effort, it's the support that also makes.
Yes. It's always the team effort.
So thank you so much, sir, for guiding us today. I'm sure your answers have inspired many of our audiences out there to pursue masters in India, and also gave us the right direction to start preparing for the GATE examination. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule and being a part of BE and beyond. It was such a pleasure having you on our show, inspiring so many students out there by your journey. For more such interviews, tune into our YouTube channel. See you in the next episode of BE and beyond. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.